So I'm Mike Wakeman and I'm from Neubria, and I'd like to talk to you today to start off with about synology. So synology is our underlying philosophy that we use. It's synergistic, stands for synergistic technology, and it's essentially the way that we go around developing our products. So first we take a look at the individual rather than the condition. We look at the things that might be affecting them. Then we look at things like, are there any neurochemical imbalances? Then we go into the literature. So we look at the underlying pathways and causes that might be making a particular condition apparent in an individual. We then go into the literature and we take an extensive look at all of the ingredients that might be beneficial for that particular condition or that particular individual. And from the literature we identify the compounds, whether they be vitamins, minerals, supplements or botanicals, that might contribute to the beneficial outcome in that particular condition or individual. So for example, if we look at sleep, it may be that there's a lack of melatonin production that's causing a problem for an individual, or it may be that their GABA production is in some way compromised, or it may be that there's stress and anxiety which is causing the reason for them not to sleep. For some people it'll be one of those, for other people it'll be two, for some people it might be a mixture of all three. So we're looking at the individual, not just sort of neurochemical imbalances in the body. We then identify which compounds might contribute to overcoming that particular problem. So for example, with melatonin, we know that melatonin has a half-life of only 45 minutes. So we don't use melatonin because the peak melatonin production occurs in the brain at 3 o'clock in the morning. The half-life of melatonin is only 45 minutes. And so that means if you take a melatonin tablet, it's gone by the time that you need the maximum support to produce your endogenous melatonin. So we use tryptophan as a precursor. We also use other ingredients like vitamin D and saffron, which have been shown to upregulate melatonin production. If we then look at things like GABA, rather than using conventional medicines, we use a mixture of botanicals, things like chamomile, melissa, hops, that have all been shown to upregulate GABA production and support the brain in that way to help you sleep. If we then look at stress and anxiety, we know that things like a lack of magnesium, for example, has been shown to cause stress and anxiety, but also things like saffron are really beneficial in terms of upregulating anti-stress hormones. And also relieving depression in its own right. So putting all of those three components together, we deliver a solution that will help to overcome either a problem that an individual is experiencing, or if we're looking just generally in terms of supporting them in their lifestyle, looking at how we can put together a formulation that might help from that perspective. And then we deliver these solutions in the most effective doses. And that's the route that we take in terms of the synology approach. It's about identifying the underlying pathology that might be affecting an individual, or lifestyle effects that might be affecting an individual, about looking for the best ingredients to suit that deliver that solution, and then putting them together in an effective formulation that will provide a beneficial outcome.